Hi everyone, it's Jixon. This level is called Gallivespian. It's pronounced Gallivespian. I talked to some people after I recorded this. I completely misread the name. It's pronounced Gallivespian. By mentallentil. I don't know anything about it other than it was recommended to me, so it should also be slightly harder than Bloom. Don't really know what that means. Another one of those light things. I also noticed that I forgot to add music. Or not really add music, but I played the game normally with music off. And so I completely forgot to put it in the previous videos, making it a bit quiet. And then I proceeded to completely mess up the game's audio recording. So it's gonna continue being quiet this time. I'll fix it in the next video, I promise. Alright, so first we have a reflective cube and a laser. Does not seem to be a funnel level this time. This door exists probably so that I can't. No, I'll be able to see it from there. Well, fully know the purpose of that being behind glass. A field, the fizzler that gets turned off by this. This one drops another cube. Alright, double RC map. That can get confusing. Yep, there it is. And here's the ending. And I want to... With this platform, typically this means that you must somehow disable this while standing here. Probably by respawning the cube by placing a portal here. So I need to get this cube here, and one of the portals needs to be... Oh, it's a second laser. Oh. And one of the portals needs to be here. Or here, or... Hold on. That doesn't make any sense. I need to some way activate that with a portal placement. That will be weird. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Okay, we have a very fast button that I can't actually stand on the faith plate for. I probably will need to place a cube there and have it fling. Still don't know how I'm going to activate this. Well, I could first spawn the cube. Like this. That gets this. I can bring it over that. That feels intentional. If not, then why is it only one high? Also, an interesting way to make a custom fizzler that you can bring cubes through, but not your portals. It's, never thought of doing it just one high before. What's over here? Another faith plate. Got it. A relay. And another laser thing. So this puzzle has a lot in it. Alright. I have no clue how you could activate that. Well, if you can get one of the cubes into here somehow by activating that. Which I guess I could do. Maybe. I'd have to get it in there somehow. If I place two cubes here, say one here blocking it, and the other cube also in here, like this, I can place this here, and no, I cannot place a portal in here. How do I bring my portals into here? Probably through a fling. Using that faceplate over there, I can fling myself through that. I guess that's my next goal. But if that's the case, then how do I activate this? I need to be on this level somehow, but I can't bring a cube into here. Okay, I believe that I might be able to... No, that won't work. I don't even think I had an idea there. I just... I was hoping that saying that could possibly lead to something, but no, I have no idea what I could do. But my question, how do I possibly activate that? Because I can't do it from over here. Well, I guess maybe I can, it's just... Actually, maybe I can. Extremely unintuitive, but... If I were to grab a cube, I can do that. Now, am I meant to be able to do that? Doesn't seem very helpful because I don't see how I could possibly... How long does it stay open for? Oh, okay, so it's not an instant activate. It takes a small amount of time. Probably an anti-cheese mechanic there that I don't need to pay attention to because I can't imagine how that could possibly be useful to me. I am very lost. I want to activate this, but to activate this, I need... It appears to be two cubes, but if I have two cubes activating it, then there's no point of being able to go in there in the first place, as I need a cube in here in order to use anything in there. Therefore, there has to be another way to activate that then, which again can be done if there's a single cube in here, but getting a cube in here doesn't feel possible yet, as I would need some way to activate that, which I don't have a way to... Oh, okay, maybe that's the point of the glass there. I don't have a way to activate or get a cube in here at all, because respawning it doesn't seem possible, as I would need to place a portal outside to activate something. And again, getting a portal outside is also the same problem as getting a cube in here. Okay. If I were to take a cube from inside here, and again, I was really hoping just saying that would lead to something, but I truly have no clue what I'm doing. Activate this. I just want to activate this somehow. Need to get a cube in here somehow. Because if I can activate this with one cube, I can put one cube on there, press the button. But at the moment, I don't have a way to do that. Let me try something. I don't think this is gonna work at all. But let me just try and... Okay, I could technically do that to get one in. nothing actually stopping. Actually, maybe that's not... Really, is that really not... Usually you can do this. Huh. I don't know why I can't throw it as high as I usually can. Yeah, this is not intended. You're not supposed to be able to do this. Very common to state in the description that throwing cubes is not part of the intended solution. However, for the sake of video, I want to do it once, and then I'll just immediately respawn the cube, because very much not intended. Okay, fine. Maybe not. You can jump it. You can do over 2 voxels. Ah, so close. But I mean, like, what else am I gonna do for the video? Sit there and stare, like I do in the bits that I cut out. I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything over here I can really do with the cube. Placing 2 cubes on the other laser doesn't seem to be very helpful, because in order to actually respawn the cube from inside there to be able to grab it, the 2 cubes on the laser, one of them needs to be blocking the laser, the other one needs to be being received by this one, but in order to do that, you need 1 portal here and 1 portal there while standing in this room. And getting a portal outside of this room while standing in this room requires something. I don't know how you would do that, actually. Probably requires the fling, which would require that anyway, so it's not very helpful to think of it like that. But hey, I got it! So this kind of contradictive statement of what I need to do is confusing to me. And also, if you're supposed to do this, it's really weird that this is such a small ledge. Like, I would personally make this ledge much larger if this is an intended move. Yeah, don't exactly know how it would be intended, but could be. Well, even if it was intended, going in there wouldn't be much of an option because I have to pass through this field. Well, if I'm able to get a cube in here, I could just have it point here while in line with that. But again, that would require getting a cube in here, which is like my whole goal right now. But I don't see any other way to do it, other than getting a cube in there and being able to replace it. Or somehow getting a cube in there before getting a cube in there. What is all that I have access to in this room? I have these 2. Now, I can't have that be useful until I get a cube in here, so that's not helpful for me now. Is there any way at all to get a portal service other than those 2 locations? I don't see one. If it's a sightline I'm missing, then that's just bad design, but I don't think there is a sightline I am missing. Also interesting stair bit here. Oh, that explains why I was having such a problem throwing it over. This is larger than 2 voxels. The bottom one, the top one, and then this extra quarter. Obviously trying to state that I can't just throw it over. Doesn't seem to be much I really have access to right now before having access to anything. What if it's a timing thing? Like, I place that as I walk through, and then as it respawns, I grab it from here. That'd be a weird timing. I'm not sure that'd be much fair, but I can try it. I place this here, and somehow while in here, so maybe... Well, I need some way to get in here without... Huh. Yeah, that's not going to be too great. Or maybe I can, actually. I just need to, from here, place this. And the question is, does this give me enough time? No. However, I might be able to use the ghost cube, because when a cube respawns, when a reflective cube respawns, it does not redirect the laser for a bit, but it does still block the laser. So, if somehow I can make a ghost cube, that is, when the laser is placed, it respawns one of the cubes, which blocks the laser for some time, and then after it fully disappears, the laser is unblocked, and then it respawns again. That might give me enough time to grab the cube. Let me test it out. I don't even know how I would test that out, actually, because once I have a scenario like this, and I have a cube in here, I don't really get how I could... Well, maybe if I did this, kept that on, grabbed the cube, put the cube in here, using the previous method of that, and then somehow, made it so that not only does this cube block the laser when being fizzled, the cube not existing at all also allows it, but if I do that, then... Like, if I do something like this... Oh, wait. Yes, completely. I do that. Alright, so the idea is, once the laser is placed here, it will fizzle this cube. Then I walk through that, which will destroy my portals, which will block this laser, and once this ghost cube disappears, it will be able to then see this cube, respawning it again. Now I just need to do something similar to what I did previously. I'm actually just going to show it off a bit. So I'm going to save state and show off just what happens. This. Oh, wait, no. Because it's already active. Hold on, wait, let me go back to the save state. I realized that this cube doesn't actually need to be pointing into it. Because I'll show what happens. Once this laser is placed, this cube will respawn this cube, and this cube will turn into a ghost cube and block the laser. But as it is still a ghost cube, and before it disappears, I walk through this, which will destroy this laser, destroy the portal, and hence destroy the laser, causing this to be unpowered. Then when the ghost cube disappears after that spawns, it gets powered again, giving me more time to walk over there and grab the cube. I'll show what happens without me actually walking over there. This destroys it, ghost cube activates again. You hear that noise. That means the cube respawned again, giving me enough time. Let me test it out. That fizzles that, and oh yeah, I definitely have enough time now. Hey! Now that I have this, I can finally get a cube into that other area. Like that. Well, not immediately like that, actually. I probably want to be able to remove this field first. So I will do that. Maybe with the cube in there, actually. So now what I want is to remove that field by doing that. Place this here and launch. Alright. Progress! I think. I think that's progress. Because now I can do this. While in line with this, I believe it's on this line on the ground. I can do that. Not, actually, I don't want to point it there, I want to point it here. Because I want to be able to enter this area first. Then I want to swap the laser to that, which I still can do through that. Great. Okay, don't exactly know how that helps me. Save state. Because I want to be able to have the laser in here. Oh yeah, I want to be able to have the laser in here so I can point it into that. So to do that, I definitely want something there. But to get something there, I need to be on that side of the fizzler, or at least have that fizzler be open. Followed by somehow having this open at the same time. Which that doesn't seem right. That is, unless I can find a way to respawn this cube and get it out there and be able to have this cube open this fizzler by pointing it there, then have this cube open this one. That would then allow me to be over here, or maybe I need to swap where the laser is going as I'm up here. How do I swap where the laser is going when I'm up here, other than placing a portal off of that? Well, if a portal is there, the only way I can think of to activate this is to have this already pointing here. So, that's not very helpful. Because if this is already pointing here, then there's no way to have something pointing there unless I have this cube outside of that area. But how am I going to respawn the cube when this cube is over here? It's a great question. It's a ponderance. Oh, wait. It's actually really easy to get this cube outside of this area without respawning it. I don't know why I didn't consider that as a possibility already. I guess maybe because I didn't see it visually on the screen. But it's actually very easy to get this cube out. You just do that. Alright, now we have this out of the room. Alright, ignore that. That was, that never happened. I did that first try. It totally didn't struggle with the fizzler multiple times. Now that I have this, how do I switch it at all? The idea of getting this out was that I'd have more possibilities. Or if this one is pointing here, then I'd be able to go into here and somehow switch which portal it is on, which portal is gaining the laser, and somehow that would switch where that is. No. If it goes through here and then maybe comes back somehow. Or I could just get both cubes in there. That's absolutely a thing I could do. Like this. Since I have both cubes in here, I can actually just, I don't need to do anything special like that. I can just place this here and send it across. Oh, that's why. Alright, back in this state, because when this went up, the reason why this takes a bit of time in order to disable the fizzler is to prevent you from putting both cubes on here and launching it through, because it won't have time to disable the fizzler before it goes through it. That was the point of the timer. I don't know how to combat that, because getting both cubes over there is a cool idea that I would like to see done, but I can't get up there without using that. I don't believe, at least. There's probably some weird angle shenanigans I could do with this with this pad, but I that would be weird, and I don't think that's intended. Logically, the only locations on this elevation that could look at one of these two for the laser to arrive from is either here or here. Well, I guess technically there too, but we have no access to putting a portal on that surface over there yet, so we can ignore that. So it's either from here or from here. Now, if it is from here, currently the only cube we know of that can get into this room is this cube. And if it is in this room, then it cannot see this, and must be instead viewing this. Meaning the other location from here must be viewing this. However, if this is viewing here, then the only way to walk from this grating up here into this room would be to place your portals on either a laser, one of the laser surfaces, and then here, which prevents this. So I want somehow to have this here, and that to go into a portal surface that leads here. The only one that can come from here and go into there using a single cube is there. Meaning this cube must be in this position. Or if I can find a way to swap the cubes, then one of the cubes must be in that position. Therefore, the other cube must somehow be in the other laser's position, pointing there, which doesn't seem to be possible. Unless it is in the middle of the fizzler pointing there, and part of the logic is, is fizzling the cube. Oh, that's a move. Oh, that's a thing I could do. Okay. Yeah, let me try that out. Weirdly enough. So, this. Then move this anywhere. There. Placed that wrong, of course. Then, from inside the fizzler, place that. The point of this is that now... Hold on, wait, if that's pointing there, then I'm... so close. Am I supposed to hold it as I walk through the laser? As I walk through the fizzler area? So I can place it down? That feels unintentional. That doesn't feel right. But I need this cube to be facing the other way first. So I can do that. Yeah, I'm not fully sure if I'm supposed to be walking through a fizzler while holding a cube. Usually that's frowned upon in puzzle solving. But, I mean, it's kind of close. It's not that... Usually it's frowned upon because it's a very tight angle, because you kind of do it from far away, and it's kind of difficult to do, but that wasn't hard at all. Like, this is really close by, so... I don't know. I'm just going to assume that was intentional and I was supposed to do that. Anyway, if I then place my orange portal here, it fizzles the cube. I can then place the orange portal there to open that. That's another move. That's another thing you can do. And as a result, finally, I have this. If this was one of my own puzzles, that's where I would end it. I wouldn't even have any more to the puzzle. That would just be it. That'd be the whole puzzle. But apparently there's more. There's this. Okay. I'll save state. Because I want to be able to respawn this cube while having a portal here. So I'm probably going to orange portal here and respawn the cube. Now, how does that help me? Well, I can do this. Weirdly. Because now when I place this, it opens this from a kind of a weird angle, but that looks intentional. Followed by a move like this to allow me to respawn the other cube. That is a bug. Okay. I was confused why there was a texture happening. I know that these angled panels are somewhat bugged. Just visually, though. Now what? I guess I can leave the area again by doing the same trick. Freaking heavy quotes there because it's literally just shining a laser. Oh, but if I walk through this, then then I won't keep my portals. And I want to preserve this portal, so I can't walk through this anymore. At the same time, I just can't get this cube at all. Actually. Well, maybe. Oh, that would be weird. Oh, that would be so weird. But I think I see it. I think I see what I need to do here. Oh my. Okay. What I want to do is place my blue portal here. The purpose of this is so that I can angle it into this receiver and fling the cube into here. This feels wrong now because of the faith plate. This feels wrong because the next step, anything I do from here, has to involve walking through a fizzler, destroying this portal. However, now I have the other cube in this area, and in effect, once I do this, I will have swapped the cubes, and I can do everything I just did again. So the situation is slightly different now. The reason why this is important is that when I fizzle that cube from in here, using this fizzler like I fizzled this cube with this fizzler, rather than having to do a trick and then walk through this fizzler to obtain the cube, I can just respawn it here. Oh boy. I can see why one person suggested this multiple times. Oh, that's great. I love that. I'm gonna do that now. Just checking, okay. Oh. Then, what was it again? It was that and that. Uh, Followed by getting the cube into here. Like, what exactly did I do to do it? Oh, wait, I think I respawned the cube out there, which is fine. So I went to this, and I can just respawn this cube, which is weird, I guess. Not really what I expected, but... yeah. Oh my. This is... this is a silly level. I don't see how that helps me to my final goal of getting a cube in there and being able to destroy that cube or whatever. But it does a thing, I guess. This is progress. This is a place I have not been in before with this cube in there. I think now is a good point in the puzzle solving. I've progressed, I think, about halfway into the puzzle. Therefore, I can start to think of it backwards. So, backwards. I want a cube in there, probably that cube, but it doesn't really matter. And I want one laser there and another laser there. In order to enter that room with a portal anywhere other than one of these two locations, I have to fling using this faith plate. Then, once I'm there and have a cube, I can point it into that, and because that is there, I can place the portal to connect the two lasers, allowing me to unpower that while standing there. The main problem, though, is entering here with an area. Well, yeah, if I enter here through a fling, my other portal has to be there. As a result, I need to find some way to get from here out to here, which doesn't seem too difficult. Let me try. Well, if I place one of my portals there, I'm going to need to find a way to get into there while preserving a portal from there. Meaning the first thing I do is this. And then maybe use that cube somehow in a different way. Like, go up here, then that, which opens the wrong thing. That's fine, I think. Maybe. Wait, no. If I do something along the lines of this, that would be weird. No. Do I want to do a similar trick as I did previously with fizzling the cube? I'm not sure. Because if this cube is in here without the laser, it's actually useless. There's no point for this cube to be in here without the laser. So I should probably save state because I need the laser and I just fizzled my portals. So while in here, I can still enter that area like this, which then allows me to open this area. I see now. Which itself should allow me to place this here? Maybe? I'm not sure. Well, if that's being placed there, I think I want to do it more on this line. You know what? I can think forward a few steps. I have the ability to do that. Okay. The goal here, my intermediary goal, is that I want to be able to have a laser in here. Yes, I want to be able to have that, have a laser as a result of a portal here, with this open. Then, through some action, I want to open this while still preserving my laser from here. So, how would I do that? Because if I am preserving my laser through here, it doesn't actually matter if I have this or not, if my laser is up here, because I'm trying to walk there anyway. So when my laser is there, my other portal has maybe there, then as a result this is open, then I can walk through there and then walk through there, giving me both access to the laser and another cube, which is the important one. I want to be able to open this and then have another cube that I can go through with. So it is important that this cube is there, or at least with me. Possibly having the cube here might be a good idea. I think I see now, if I can connect that and get this cube to shine here, I can then change my portal while I'm standing up there to be there, causing it to shine into here, opening that. Then, with a cube in there, already, not even with me, just already in there, I can then just grab that and redirect where that's shining. So yes, that is what I want to do. I kind of already did the right steps of moving this from pointing there to pointing there. That is, in fact, what I wanted to do. Okay, yeah, thinking forward for the win. We followed by, what was it again? Blue portal there. Opening this. Then I use this, the laser, to open this. And now, finally, I have this. Am I supposed to maybe be able to do it like this and grab it through, or... This is weird. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to do it like this. Not sure it really matters, actually, because if I open this and grab this cube, I don't need to do any weird timing stuff. I can just... I think, at least. Oh no, maybe not. Don't know if it's supposed to be able to be angled like that. I'm gonna guess it is. I mean, it's close enough, right? That's not... Oh, it's not even going through it. If that's not what I'm supposed to do... It's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to point it in here, not that relay. Never mind. Okay, yeah. Then I can walk through here. A. Okay. Yay! Now, somehow, Wait. I thought this was going to be the ending now that I have a cube in here and a laser outside, but I need it to be specifically there. How am I going to change the laser location? I maybe should have considered that. Because if I leave this area now, I'll lose my portals, in which I worked so hard to get. And I don't want that. I see. I think it's rather than pointing it into that catcher, I want to point it into this room. So I'm just going to use no-clip to undo a move. This isn't cheating, I'm just undoing the previous move where I flung through. Okay. Now I want to instead use it to point into that room. And maybe as a result causes me to have to... Like this? It feels wrong, though. Doing that, it's... You know what, Lentil, if you watch this video, tell me if I'm supposed to actually do that or not. This feels wrong, but I don't see any other way to possibly get a laser in that room. Because once I enter the room, I have to do it through a portal here. And if my portal's here, I'm not going to be able to go back through to place it onto that space, so I have to use this cube to point it. Meaning the other cube has to be pointing here. What if I... Oh, okay, yeah, that timer exists on the faith plate to allow me to do that easier. That wasn't actually that bad. Once I realized the timer, I just moved. Anyway, I think that's the puzzle solved. I think that's it all done, because now that once I do this, I can do that, and that puts me up, and yay! Alright, great puzzle. So many clever moves. I have mixed feelings about puzzles with two reflective cubes, because at the same time, there are so many clever moves you can do with reflective cubes. But it also heavily increases the number of spaces you need to think through, and that can increase the difficulty of a puzzle in a kind of an unfun way. And I think this puzzle also had that problem where it just had so many possibilities. Some of them are not really helpful, but it more than makes up for the number of clever moves and actually really interesting things that occur. Gallivespian was. I love this level. That was fun. And I think that's about that. Alright, goodbye.